Celebrity, true or false?
You can't handle the truth.
There you go. That's our production value.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Have you ever worked with Jack Nicholson? In any way? Never once.
No.
Okay. Okay, here we go. First up, true or false? Mark Harmon, your first acting job was a Product 19 commercial with your dad, Tom Harmon. That is true. He was a spokesman for Kellogg's Product?
Kellogg's Product 19, like a brand of Kellogg's cereal.
Oh, by the way, it was one of my favorite cereals growing up. I'm not kidding you.
It was not something that was on the breakfast table, so I don't know much about it, but I did a commercial, yeah.
Okay. And, oh, gosh.
We ate breakfast in the backyard.
There it is.
Yeah, and how about that shirt?
Wow.
Jeez.
That shirt just about put me in the ground.
So
wrong colors.
So you were just sitting and having breakfast in the backyard? That was your first?
No, it never happened. But yeah, yeah, and I had a line at the end of it. Yeah.
What was your line? Do you remember?
I'd let Dad win. It was his ball.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Something like that.
So
we played basketball at the top end of the
okay,
we
I
were
got
playing
it.
one-on-one, which we did do. But
looks like a very wholesome breakfast on the Harmon
very,
table right there,
very.
Mark. I'm not gonna lie to
My
you.
mom there too.
So that's your mom right there?
Yep.
Okay, so this is your first. So did you get the acting bug off of this?
No.
Or? That came later.
Not at all.
That came
No.
later. All right. So let's get into your acting career.
Okay.
True or false? Sean Connery's role in The Presidio, the 1988 film that you did with him, was originally offered to Marlon Brando.
Didn't know that if it was.
Okay. So that
Been a different film.
it would have been a different movie, huh?
Probably a different actor playing the role than me too.
Okay.
I bet.
So it
No,
was
I never heard that.
So it was always him attached with you attached
it was,
to this film.
From the moment I heard about it, it was Sean.
What was it like being on the set with Sean Connery?
Bigger than life. I mean, my impulse about what I thought that might be when I first met him was big. I mean, I was just a kid, and the idea of standing up on a mark next to 007 was daunting a little bit.
Do you have a good story, a good Sean Connery story from the Presidio, Mark?
I just remember that we shot on the Presidio for a long time, and the Presidio had a golf course, and Sean loved playing golf, and I just know that I was in every early shot and every very late shot, and he got to play golf. so I know he was happy about that. But other than that, I don't.
Well, I mean, it's funny because we've had Andy Garcia on this show.
Yeah.
He said, was it him or Costner who said this, that Connery would do a lot of his roles in The Untouchables with his golf pants and shoes on, knowing that he was only shot from the waist up.
I had some of that too.
You did too?
Yeah. Yeah, no, he was. I'm talking out the door, Rich. He was. I mean, you sometimes didn't get a second take. I mean, it was like he had a tea time and he was gone. and yeah.
And would he communicate that to you?
No,
like
no, just gone. I mean, no. Nope.
Okay, not like just saying you get this right because
Nope.
I've got a shot.
No, I'm not going to say he didn't care, but he didn't care.
All right, next up, Mark Harmon. True or false? When you were on The West Wing and playing Secret Service Special Agent Simon Donovan, Allison Janney, one of your co-stars, broke the news to you that Aaron Sorkin was eventually going to kill your character off of The West Wing.
Day 2. Yep.
Day 2, she told us?
Yeah.
And you had no idea?
No, I said, how do you know that? And she just said, because we're getting along too well.
What?
She said, yeah, they're going to kill you. And which was news to me because all I had was one paragraph of dialogue. That's we were in Montana on a family vacation and at a ranch, and I got a note that Aaron Sorkin wanted to have me do this show, and he sent a paragraph of the character talking, a piece of the dialogue, and on that is what I based going to work very soon, like a couple of days after that. But that's all I knew about the character when I accepted the role, and then, the rest of the material came, and he was right about getting killed.
And so day 2, you're on the set with Allison Janney, and then what happened? And she
says, welcome and all that, and we're in makeup trailer, I think, and she said, they're going to kill you, and I said, how do you know that? And she said, because we're getting along too well.
Damn. And then, sure enough, one day you receive a script and you see.
Dead.
Yeah, memorable but dead. That's right.
Very memorable.
Yeah.
Because is it true that's what put you on the radar screen for NCIS?
It's a story I heard, but I don't know that that's true. We shot it in New York, and the crew was shocked. I mean, when we shot it, and they kept it kind of quiet, and we shot it, and people were emotional about it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I was emotional about losing a job, but
well, then you
they were. It was a really good group of people to work with, and
Sure.
and working with her was special. And
Did she
and
say,
I heard that story that you just said about someone seeing that and thinking about NCIS for that.
well, yeah. I mean, so did Alice and Janney have an "I told you so" moment with you, or like I told you that they were going to kill you
No.
off? Okay, she never
No,
did.
I think for her it was next. You know.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, then here's another one, Mark Harmon. True or false? Your NCIS character, Leroy Jethro Gibbs, was born out of a 2-episode arc on JAG.
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
So they put that's what I heard is that the creator of JAG saw you on West Wing, goes, let's get him on here.
Yeah,
Then you
that was a guy named Don Belisario, and
Okay.
I had never met him. I'd heard of him certainly, and I asked to meet him because I wanted to meet who I'd heard about, and
Right.
we got along, and I was offered the job.
And then NCIS was let's take that character and create a show around this character. From
Yeah,
JAG.
I think it was at the time they called them backdoor pilots kind of thing,
Sure.
where all of a sudden I didn't know the show JAG. I knew it was successful and had
Sure.
been on a few years. And that's why I asked to meet Belisario, because I just had heard about him. He had many successes prior to that, and it was a well-written script and character, and the players that were playing other roles, David McCallum,
Yeah.
they were all so good. Paulie, I mean, they were all so specifically good for the characters they were playing. It's almost like he had an opportunity prior or on other projects to meet all these different people and just kind of put them in holding patterns until he had the right piece of material to plug them all into. And I was part of that. So, yeah, it worked.
And how many seasons you do NCIS? 22?
No, not me. I think I did like 17 or 18.
If somebody had told you, like when you're on the doing your 2-episode arc on JAG, saying this character is going to give you 17 years of
I would have
television,
laughed.
right?
Yeah, I would have been hysterical because as an actor, a TV actor, you're thinking, if I get a couple years out of this, or 3 years, 3 years, 4 years. I mean, stop. You're thinking too long.
Right.
I mean, I'd done a couple of series shows, and one I think went 4.5 years or 5 years or something, and I thought that was unbelievable.
Right.
But when you're talking 20, I mean, you're talking Ozzie and Harry. And
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
was
that.
about to say chasing down Gunsmoke.
right,
Like
right.
no one's ever thinking you're going to be doing that. you
Yeah,
know?
and now, I mean, I'm not there anymore, but
Sure.
they're into like 22 or 23 or whatever it is.
Unreal. Last one for you. True or false? This one's a good one. Mark Harmon. True or false? You're part of an ownership group of the minor league team San Bernardino Spirit, and Ken Griffey Jr. played on that team the same season before getting called up to the Seattle Mariners. Is that true?
True.
No kidding.
Yeah, and the first year was really fun because we actually ran that as an independent,
Yeah.
right? And
So
then
you were doing
we got the
independent baseball
affiliation the
stuff?
next year. Yeah, and
Sure.
that was due to a good friend named Barry Axelrod, also an attorney who I went to school with.
Yeah.
And we did that together, and that was fun. I mean, a minor league baseball team, that was special.
Look at that photo. I can't believe we found a photograph of Junior in
There he
his
is.
Spirit
That's right.
uniform.
Yeah,
So did
the Mike guy, and this is just a little park, which is just out in San Bernardino, and
Right.
but he was special. Even
You could tell.
Oh yeah, he was special, and I still remember the broadcaster every time he came to the plate. It's Griffey time. He would light it up.
Did you meet the kid?
Yeah, he was just a kid. He was
Just a child.
yeah, and but a cut above.
You could tell that.
I'm not a scout, but
Of course,
they
but
were.
you're a fan.
But I know,
you're
but
an athlete.
he was terrific, and you knew he was going somewhere. Yeah.
Do you enjoy being a part owner of a baseball team?
Yes and no.
Cool.
It's a lot of work.
It was, huh?
A ton of work. Yeah, and especially the first year when you're doing everything yourself because you ran it independent.
Yes.
And that was like a fun idea to talk to you about over a beer, but doing the work part of it, that's a lot of work.
Is it true you used the same stadium for Stealing Home?
Yes.
You did. So the scenes at the beginning and the end of Stealing Home were shot in that.
Yeah.
That stadium.
Piscalani Field, right?
So that you told Ken Griffey Jr. beat it because Billy Wyatt's got to get it's Wyatt time. It's Wyatt time.
You got a little work. That's right. It was good. That was all fun. I remember those days very fondly.
That's great.
Yeah.
Mark, I always appreciate when you take the time to come on down
Rich.
here.
Thanks.
And
Thanks for the time.
Yeah,
Thanks for being able to say, come on over.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.